and welcome to another episode of It's All Science. I'm your host, Mia Conti, and today we are here with the one, the only, Miss Simon. She is a forensics teacher here at South. Hi, Miss Simon. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So we have some questions. Our first one is, who should take forensic science?
Forensic science is for anyone who really loves those like true crime scene shows, NCIS, CSI, forensic files, or anyone maybe that might be interested in pursuing a field in forensics or even law enforcement. Those would all be great options.
Perfect. Our next one is, will students get to see and go into a crime scene?
Yes. We start off our semester with a simulated crime scene. You'll see some pictures, maybe scroll across here, where the students will actually get to go in and process a crime scene just like they would if they were a CSI investigator. So we have a body and there's evidence there, and they'll have to take photographs and measurements, and then we'll work through the semester to analyze the case to figure out who, if any, of our suspects killed our victim.
That's so cool. Our next one is, what are some topics that you explore in forensics?
Well, we start off covering crime scene processing, and then we get into death. So we look at different characteristics of death, like livor mortis and rigor mortis and algor mortis. We do forensic entomology, which is really cool. From there, we'll do a unit on handwriting analysis and ink analysis.
Oh my gosh.
We'll get into fingerprints and shoe impressions. We'll get into wounds, which is a really fun unit. We'll also do DNA, blood spatter, blood typing. So we really try to cover all the evidences that you would see in those shows that you watch and love.
Oh my goodness. Our next one is, does your class really perform autopsies on baby pigs that have been shot, stabbed to determine the cause of their death?
Yes, that is one of the highlights of the course. We do an autopsy dissection on fetal pigs. So these pigs, and you might see some of them scroll across the screen, have all types of wounds that have been incurred. I don't shoot them, but I know somebody that has a license to shoot, so some of them are shot. They're stabbed, they're bruised with paint. The blood has been, their authentic blood has been drained out, but there is synthetic blood that we put on them. So I try to make it as real as possible. And then the goal of the students is really to figure out how their pig died. So what kind of wounds they have, what organs, if any, were damaged, and ultimately a cause of death.
That's so cool. I didn't know this course was so complex. Like, it's so cool. What are some other activities that you do in forensics?
Well, we do some research on forensic entomology. Sometimes we'll put out a corpse outside and we'll kind of look at the flies and how they visit the corpse and the order that they come, because you can actually use the pupa and the larva of flies to determine how long a body's been dead for.
Oh
we'll do some fingerprinting, and you can kind of see as they scroll across there. The students will learn how to dust for fingerprints and lift a fingerprint. We'll do some impressions on shoes. We'll also do the autopsy dissection, which I had spoken about. And those are kind of our major activities that we cover.
And our last question is, will I be able to put my detective skills to work to crack a case?
Absolutely. So the whole kind of premise of the course when you come in is that there is a victim. And we do have suspects, and your goal throughout the semester is really to figure out if any of our suspects did in fact murder our victim. And so you'll use those skills that you learn throughout the semester, and hopefully by the end of the course you will have a chance to crack the case.
Well, that's so cool. This is definitely like a true crime, like podcast listeners, like dream class.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, that is all the time we have. Okay, well, that's all the time we have. Thank you, Miss Simon, for coming on. And we'll be back on That's All Science.
Thank you.